Welcome back, everybody. On your Do Now today, I wanted you to explain to me, what is the president's job? What is the president supposed to be doing? Hopefully, you came to the conclusion that it's the president's job to make sure laws are getting done. Yeah, so the president should be working with Congress when it comes to laws, getting them signed, putting them into action, delegating them, giving them to other people to enforce, because he or she doesn't actually do it themselves. Right? They delegate that power to different departments and agencies. But the president also represents the country when talking with other countries. The president has agendas and goals they try to accomplish. The president gives State of the Union speeches, right? All these are part of the president's job, um, on top of the fact that they're supposed to lead the country, and they're supposed to be leaders for people. Today, we're going to be looking at our president, Joe Biden, and vice president, and trying to do some research to figure out, well, has what are Biden's views and opinions, but also what actions has he taken around those things. So we'll start with talking about Joe Biden. He is 81 years old. Sorry, this is a little old. This is 81 years old. He was a senator for a long time from Delaware, 36 years. He won 6 elections as a senator from Delaware. So he's been around a long time. He was vice president when Obama was president. So he spent 8 years as a vice president, and then became president. His major issues during his time as a politician, it was a lot of foreign policy. So he did a lot of stuff with other countries in Eastern Europe, in Asia. He's very experienced with dealing with other countries and how to negotiate and set up deals. He was also very involved in justice. He was one of the big proponents of stiffer punishment for drug use and drug dealing. He is campaigning. I believe he is the official Democratic candidate for 2024, or he's very close, that he will be running again in 2024 and most likely against Trump. Vice President Kamala Harris. She's the first woman to be vice president, the highest ranking woman in American history. There's never been a vice president before her, and there's never been a female president. She's also the first African American and Asian American to be elected into vice president. So she is of different backgrounds, both from Asia and African American cultures. She's also the child of immigrants. Right? So in a lot of ways, she is representing people and experiences that have never really been represented properly in this position before. She's also an inspiration to lots of people. Her history is in California. She was the attorney general, which means she was the top prosecutor for the state, as well as a senator. She was also big into sort of the justice area and issues around justice. So our goal today is to research more about President Biden, and your goal is to summarize, which means to wrap up big ideas with your own words, not copy and paste. But you want to summarize both his opinions, his views, and his actions. All right, so what does he think about these different topics? But also, what has he done about them? All right, he's the president. He's the most powerful person in the world. All right, what actions, what steps has he actually accomplished in these different controversial issues? So you can grab out your Chromebook, do some research. Let me know if you need help.